Baby, I know I did you wrong. And I know that more than half the time, I wasn't right. It wasn't all my fault. I mean, who could have predicted that Jesus would show up in a wild card game and blind the referees to an illegal formation that led to a game-winning touchdown pass in overtime? And who could have predicted that the team that won the Super Bowl last year and went 15-1 in the regular season would come out on their home field and play the worst game that they played in almost 2 years? I'm sorry, baby. I know they're not good excuses. They're all I've got. Please, baby. Please take me back. I promise next year I'll get them all right. I'll do whatever it takes, baby, please. What? You'll take me back? Oh, you're gonna take me? What? One condition? Anything. Anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want, I'll do it. You'll only take me back if I was the one that put the $1,000 bet on a New York Giants safety as the first scorer and play in the Super Bowl? I think we should see other people. What's happening, everybody? Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. I hope you enjoyed that little skit. Yeah. The Super Bowl has come and gone. The NFL season is over. I want to give my personal heartfelt congratulations to Tom Coughlin and the entire New York Giants football organization from top to bottom. They had a great season. They started off hot. And there was a time there where it didn't even look like they were going to make the playoffs, but lo and behold, that's what a little bit of momentum can do for you. You get momentum in the regular season and you carry it all the way through the playoffs. I only picked with the New York Giants once this playoffs, the first game when they beat Atlanta, and I picked against them for the rest of the playoffs, and it burned me. But you know, what are you gonna do? You got to go with your gut, and that was three of my 6 losses right there was betting against the team that ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I mean, what are you gonna do? Again, I also want to congratulate Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots organization for making it this far, making it to the Super Bowl, leading the game, coming within a very close margin of winning that game. I know the Pats had a lot riding emotionally on winning this game to win it for Myra Kraft, but they just came up a little bit short. My impressions on the game, on the whole, maybe even the whole sort of Super Bowl weekend. First of all, we had our Super Bowl party, and our Super Bowl party was a lot of fun. We had about 12 people, and so I mean, it's a relatively small party, but it was very nice. It was good people, and we got treated to a pretty good game. I lost a little money gambling, playing poker, but you win some, you lose some, so that's all right. You'll also notice I have my Patriots hat turned around because I don't want to make the Patriots fans feel bad by showing them their logo in a video where I'm talking about them losing the Super Bowl. So you'll just see the NFL hardware logo there. It was a good game. It was a fast game. I found the game really flew by. Me being in the Atlantic provinces, the game started for me 7:30 in the evening, and I think it was over before midnight. So given the fact that you had a halftime show, a long halftime show in there as well, it was a pretty speedy game. Thoughts on the game? I thought both the quarterbacks played really well. sort of limited their mistakes. The Giants for a lot of the game were putting pressure on Brady, but they weren't getting to him. Like I think they showed a graphic. I think it was in the third quarter where I think the Giants only had 1 sack at that point. So I mean they were putting pressure on, but they weren't getting to him. But then of course Justin Tuck's big sack there on 3rd down late in the game that forced the Pats, I believe, to burn their last timeout to stop the clock. And this was very, very late in the game. You know, both teams, like I said, both teams played really well. I will say one thing about Giants fans. The Giants fans, for the most part, that I've been talking to, or that I've noticed online or anything like that. Giants fans, boy, you could tell if you didn't know the Giants played in New York, or were a New York State-based team, you'd find it out pretty quick by talking to the fans. These guys, this team has a pretty cocky fan base. Talking about, there was one guy I was talking to in particular on another YouTube video who was, talking about how the Giants exposed the Patriots as not as good as they said they were, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, I don't think you can exactly expose a team who it's well known they have like the worst secondary in the history of football. So I don't know how you can exactly expose that team by passing the football if it's something that everybody already knows. Going into this game, everybody kind of knew, myself included, even though I picked the Patriots, that if the Giants could really get their pass game going, it was going to be a long day. And it absolutely was. In pure exciting football fashion, of course, the game comes down to a Hail Mary pass by quite possibly one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. A Hail Mary pass into the end zone. And it is sort of fitting that it was the guy that was there and had the best chance of catching the ball after it got tipped was, their superstar tight end that caught 17 touchdown passes this year and everything like that. So the game was scripted really well. You couldn't have scripted it any better. Well, I suppose for Patriots fans, you could have scripted it better if Gronk would have managed somehow to come up with that football. But it was a great game. The halftime show, I got to tell you, I wasn't looking forward to the halftime show. I had no idea that MIA and CeeLo Green were even going to be a part of it. You know what, though? The MVP of the halftime show was definitely CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green's portion of the halftime show made the halftime show watchable. I fucking hate LMFAO. I hate Nicki Minaj. I hate MIA. I thought it was going to be a god-awful halftime show, but no, it ended up being, watchable. Like I said, mostly because of CeeLo Green. There's not a lot else I really have to say. It was a back-and-forth game. I still can't believe somebody. Actually, here, I'll do it this way. Does it seem fishy to anybody else? Now the more I think about it, it kind of does to me. Does it seem fishy to anybody else that some random dude, put $1,000 down on not just a safety being the first scoring play, but a Giants safety being the first scoring play? Put $1,000 on it and won. I could see somebody going in like, yeah, I'll put $1 on that or something, and if it happens, awesome, I'll win $50. But to bet $1,000 on a Giants safety, and then just so happens that a Giant safety ends up being the first play of the game. I don't know. Maybe it's the inner conspiracy theorist in me, the inner skeptic, maybe. But I don't know. Part of it just, I don't know. It seems kind of fishy to me. But anyways, so yeah, safety, and like I said as soon as it happened, safety being the first scoring play of the game, I was like, somebody in Vegas just got rich. Because there's somebody that had to have put money on that, but like $1,000 on a bet that pays 50 to 1. Which, by the way, a Giants safety to opened the scoring in the game should have had way higher odds than 50-1. I thought it would have been in like the thousands, because like, when does that happen ever? Like, it's not very often that a safety is scored to begin with, much less the first score of the game, much less the first score of the Super Bowl. You'd think it would be better odds than 50-1. But anyways, I'm not an odds maker, and it's not my money, so who cares? Yeah, it was a great game. I just, there's not a whole heck of a lot else that I really had to say about it. It was a great game. Wasn't so good for my picks. As you saw on my paper there, I ended up 5-6 for the playoffs. Under 500. Oops. You know, this playoff was hard to pick. There were some definite upsets. You know, it was a hard playoff to pick. So I'm happy that I was even in the position to go 5-6. I know I had a really good wild card weekend, and after the wild card games and the divisional games, I was 5-3. So both the championship games and the Super Bowl I ended up picking wrong. So I still consider it a success. This is the first year that I've really heavily done these kind of picks. I'll probably do picks again for certainly the Stanley Cup playoffs when they start coming around. NBA probably not. I'm not a big basketball fan, but for the NHL playoffs for sure. I've been doing UFC picks and everything like that, and I've actually been getting a lot of success on my UFC picks. So good on you there. I think I'm 14-7, so it's, you know, pretty good for 21 fights. Yeah, it was a great football season. And, you know, sort of a fitting playoff exit. It was an exciting playoffs. There was a lot of drama and tension in the Super Bowl game itself, and Giants pulled it off again. And I'm gonna say again, Chad, you're welcome for me picking the Patriots to win the game. That's pretty well, I think the only reason why the Giants won is because I picked the Patriots. So you're very welcome. And New York Giants fans, I will expect your checks in the mail. A couple of shout-outs that I wanted to toss out there. Well, first of all, I want to shout out to every single person that has subscribed to me on YouTube or started following me on Twitter based on me doing these videos. I think I'm at 17 subscribers now, which is awesome. I honestly never thought I'd even get into double digits. I was like, no one's going to want to listen to me talk. But, you know, apparently a lot of people do. So every single person that's subscribed to me left a nice comment on my videos. Even people that have left bad comments on the videos, because I like, you know, I love debating. So, you know, people can leave any kind of comment they want, and in all likelihood they're going to get some kind of response out of me. So yeah, everybody that's left comments, viewed the videos, I want to send out a special shout out to another person on YouTube who's been doing the same thing that I've been doing, making picks all through the playoffs. To Christina, Yes What I Say Goes on YouTube. She has sort of come out of her shell and started doing YouTube videos predicting the NFL playoffs with her trademark My Little Pony, and you know, so I just want to give a special shout out to her and let her know, as one of her fans, we don't want to see you stop doing videos. So whatever you got to do to keep making videos, please God do it, because we want to keep seeing your videos. That's pretty much it from me, guys. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of videos still coming from me. I'm gonna be making pick videos for any UFC that I deem interesting enough for me to make a pick video about. I've got some pro wrestling videos coming up. One very special one where I want to take a look at, for all you pro wrestling and WWE fans, I want to take a look at The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak and whether or not I think it should or will be broken at this year's WrestleMania, which is all but certainly to be The Undertaker's last. So that's going to be a special video. I'll more than likely bring Nick back to preview WrestleMania, but that's not till down the line in April. And Q&A videos. I'm going to start doing Q&A videos. I've got a decent bank of questions now. If you do have a question that you want to ask me, please feel free to either message me on YouTube, leave a comment below this video, hit me up on Twitter, anything. Shoot me a question. There's literally no question that I will not answer, so I want to get a really good bank of questions going before I start doing some Q&A videos. So, I mean, it can be, if you want it to be a football related question, awesome. Literally, it can be a question about anything. So, look forward to that. I have had a ton of fun doing these prediction videos, putting the research in to make picks that I can really stand behind, and undoubtedly I'll be back to do it next year. If not for the whole regular season, then at least for the playoffs for certain. Thank you very much for watching. Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, and we'll see you next time.